Hey there, curious minds! Welcome back to another journey into the amazing world of how our brains work and how we can make the most of them.
Jamie, I've got to admit, I feel a little scattered today. It's like my brain has about 100 tabs open at once, and they're all trying to play a different song. Does that ever happen to you?
Alex, you've just perfectly described one of the biggest challenges we face today. Our minds are constantly being pulled in so many directions, aren't they? From the little buzzing notifications on our devices to the endless stream of exciting or sometimes worrying information around us. It's like our attention, this precious superpower we all have, is under constant attack.
Superpower? That's a strong word for something that feels more like a butterfly flitting around sometimes. How can attention be a superpower if it's so easily distracted?
Well, think about it like this. Your attention is like a very powerful flashlight. When you point that flashlight at something, it illuminates it clearly, helping you see all the details. But what if that flashlight beam is constantly flickering or being pulled in different directions by other bright lights? You wouldn't be able to see anything clearly, would you?
No, I guess not. It would be hard to find anything in the dark if my flashlight kept pointing at the ceiling or the floor instead of where I wanted it to go.
Exactly. And just like a flashlight needs a steady hand to aim it, our attention needs us to guide it. Today, we're going to explore how we can become master flashlight wielders, how we can understand and train our attention to shine exactly where we want it, to help us connect with others, to be more creative, and even to feel calmer and happier. It's all about the power of focus and how it really works.
That sounds like something I definitely need. Tell me, Jamie, how did we get so scatterbrained in the first place? It feels like it's gotten worse lately.
You're absolutely right, Alex. Many brilliant thinkers have observed this trend. Back in 1977, a Nobel Prize winner named Herbert Simon said something truly insightful. Information consumes attention. Hence, a wealth of information creates a poverty of attention.
Wow, poverty of attention. That sounds serious. So, too much information means our attention gets spread thin and runs out?
Exactly. Imagine your mind as a sponge, constantly bombarded by a tidal wave of information, news, social media, ads. If it's always soaking up everything, it becomes so heavy and waterlogged it can't really do anything useful. It just sits there, overwhelmed.
I definitely feel like a waterlogged sponge sometimes. And I've noticed it in everyday life. Like when you're talking to someone and their eyes keep darting to their phone. It's like they're there, but not really there.
It's a very common experience, and it highlights something incredibly important. Without focused attention, we miss out on genuine connection. Imagine you're trying to build a Lego castle with a friend. If your friend is constantly looking at a video game instead of helping you find the right bricks, the castle won't get built, and you won't feel like a team, right?
Definitely not. I'd get pretty frustrated.
Our relationships are a bit like that Lego castle. When we pay full, mutual attention to someone, it's like we're perfectly in sync. Think of two skilled dancers moving together seamlessly. Every step, every turn, every glance matches. That perfect coordination isn't just about their bodies, it's about their attention being completely focused on each other. When that happens, it feels wonderful, doesn't it? It's like a joyful hum of connection.
So, attention isn't just about getting things done, it's about feeling good with other people too.
Absolutely. It's one of the richest parts of being human. But when our attention is constantly being pulled away by worries, by distractions, by screens, we miss those precious moments. It's like walking through a beautiful garden while staring at your shoes. You miss all the colors, the smells, the intricate patterns of the leaves. Now, it might sound like attention is just one big thing, but actually, our minds have different modes of attention, each with its own special job. Think of your brain like a high-tech car with different gears for different driving situations.
Different gears for attention? That's interesting. So not just on or off.
Exactly. Let's talk about three main modes. The first one is probably what most people think of as focus. It's called the flow state.
The flow state. I've heard that term. Isn't that when you're totally in the zone? Like when an athlete is playing their best game or an artist is completely absorbed in their painting?
You've got it. In a flow state, your attention is 100% absorbed. It's like that flashlight we talked about, but now it's a super powerful spotlight, shining intensely on just one thing. When you're in flow, you're performing at your absolute best, sometimes even surprising yourself with what you can achieve.
So, like when I'm really concentrating on a tricky video game level and I forget about everything else?
Perfect analogy. Time seems to disappear, you're meeting every challenge, and it just feels good. Your brain is humming along, not too stressed, not too bored, just perfectly engaged. It's when your skills match the challenge perfectly.
That sounds amazing. I wish I could be in that state all the time. But sometimes I'm definitely not in flow. Sometimes I feel more like a frazzled mess.
Ah, the frazzled state. That's our second mode of attention. This happens when you have too much to do, too little time, and feel completely overwhelmed. Imagine your brain as a busy kitchen, but all the pots are boiling over, the timer is beeping wildly, and you're trying to chop vegetables with a spoon.
That's a perfect description. My brain feels exactly like that when I'm frazzled. Everything feels urgent, but I can't concentrate on any one thing.
In this state, your mind isn't focusing on the task at hand. It's hijacked by worries and stress. It's tough to perform well when your emotional alarm bells are ringing constantly. It's like trying to bake a cake while running a marathon. Your body is full of stress hormones, and your attention is scattered, desperately trying to put out all the imaginary fires.
Okay, so flow is the super focused zone, and frazzled is the overwhelmed kitchen. What's the third mode?
The third mode is often called mind wandering or being disengaged. This is when your attention isn't really focused on anything, and your mind just sort of drifts. Think of it like a kite gently floating wherever the wind takes it, rather than being actively steered.
So, like daydreaming? Is that bad? We always hear we should be focused.
That's a great question, and it's a common misconception. While mind wandering is the opposite of being in a flow state, it's not always a bad thing. In fact, it's absolutely essential for creative insight.
Really? How can just letting your mind wander help with creativity?
Imagine you're trying to solve a puzzle. You focus intensely, you try different pieces, but nothing seems to fit. Then you decide to take a break, maybe go for a walk, take a shower, or just stare out the window. Suddenly, aha, the solution pops into your head.
That's happened to me. Like when I'm trying to figure out a story idea and I just stop thinking about it, and then later, boom, the perfect idea appears.
That's mind wandering at work. When your mind is relaxed and drifting, it's free to make connections between ideas that you might not see when you're intensely focused. It's like your brain is quietly shuffling a deck of cards, creating new combinations. But here's the trick. Once you have that creative spark, you need to be able to switch back to focused attention to actually do something with the idea.
So it's not about being focused all the time or wandering all the time, but knowing when to use each mode?
Precisely. It's about being mentally agile, like a skilled driver who knows when to shift gears. Now, let's zoom out a bit. Beyond these individual modes, there are also different kinds of focus that are really important for navigating our lives, especially when we're trying to make big decisions, even if it's just leading our own lives. I like to think of these as 3 different lenses through which we see the world.
Lenses, like a camera?
Yes, exactly. Imagine you have a camera with 3 special lenses, one for looking inward, one for looking at others, and one for looking at the big picture.
The first one is inner focus. This is about knowing yourself deeply. It's your internal compass, helping you understand your values, your purpose, what feels right and what doesn't.
So it's about listening to your gut, like when you just know something is a good idea, even if you can't explain why?
That's it. Our bodies actually give us signals, little gut feelings that help us make decisions. It's like an ancient wisdom built into us. There was a famous lawyer who, after a brain injury, could no longer feel these gut instincts. He was still incredibly smart, but he couldn't make even simple decisions because he lacked that inner rudder.
Wow, so we actually need those feelings to make choices. It's not just about thinking logically.
Not at all. True wisdom often comes from combining logic with those deep inner signals. Think about George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars. After his first film, the studio wanted to edit his next one in a way he hated. Everyone told him it was a huge mistake to go it alone, but his inner compass told him to finance it himself to protect his artistic integrity. And we all know how that turned out.
Star Wars, that's a pretty good example of listening to your gut. So, inner focus is like knowing your own true north.
Exactly. Now, the second lens is other focus. This is about understanding the people around you. It's a bit like being a great friend who just gets you, who knows what you're thinking and feeling without you even having to say much. We call this empathy.
Okay, empathy. I know that means understanding how other people feel.
It's even more nuanced than that, Alex. There are actually 3 kinds of empathy. First, there's cognitive empathy. That's like understanding how someone thinks, their perspective, their mental map of the world. If you're building that Lego castle again, it's knowing what kind of castle your friend wants to build.
So, knowing how to talk to them in a way that makes sense to them.
Precisely. Then there's emotional empathy. This is when you actually feel what the other person is feeling, almost like their emotions resonate within you. It's why we might tear up when we see someone crying or feel happy when our friend succeeds.
So, feeling with them, not just understanding them.
Right. And the third kind is empathetic concern. This is when you not only understand how someone thinks and feels, but you also have a desire to help them if they need it. It's the "what can I do for you" part. Truly great friends and really effective leaders have all 3.
That makes sense. It's like you need all 3 pieces to really connect with someone. The third lens is outer focus. This is about seeing the big picture. It's looking at the whole system, the environment, all the pieces on the chessboard, not just your own moves. For instance, a master chef doesn't just focus on their own dish. They need to understand the whole restaurant, what ingredients are available, what customers want, and even new food trends.
So it's about understanding the world beyond just yourself and your immediate connections?
Yes, it's about being aware of what's happening in the wider world, anticipating changes, and thinking about the future. A great example of what happens when you don't have outer focus is the story of the old BlackBerry phones. They were brilliant at what they did, but they were so focused on refining that one product that they failed to look around and see what new things were emerging, like smartphones with touchscreens. They were blindsided by the big picture changes in technology.
So without inner focus, you're rudderless. Without other focus, you're clueless. And without outer focus, you're blindsided. I get it. It's like being a captain who doesn't know his own ship, can't talk to his crew, and has no idea what's happening on the ocean.
You've got it, Alex. These 3 lenses of focus are like essential tools for navigating life successfully. Now you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I actually get better at this? How do I stop being so frazzled or easily distracted?
Exactly. It feels like my brain is just wired this way. Can I actually change it?
Here's the really good news, Alex. Your attention is like a mental muscle. And just like any muscle in your body, you can strengthen it with practice.
Like going to the gym for my brain?
Precisely. Imagine you're at the gym lifting weights. Every time you lift the weight, you're doing a repetition, and that repetition strengthens the muscle. We can do the same thing for our attention. It doesn't even take long. Want to try a quick exercise right now?
Sure, I'm game.
Great. All you need to do is sit up straight if you can, and just close your eyes for a moment. Now, I want you to bring your attention to your breath. Don't try to change it or control it, just watch it. Feel the air coming in through your nostrils, and then gently leaving your body. Notice your chest or belly rising and falling with each full in-breath and each full out-breath. Just follow one breath at a time. And if you notice your mind starts to wander, which it will, that's totally normal, gently bring it back to your breath. No judgment, just gently guide it back. Okay, you can open your eyes now. Alex, be honest, did your mind wander at all?
Oh yeah, immediately. I started thinking about what I was going to have for lunch.
And did you notice yourself bringing your mind back to your breath?
I did. I was like, oh right, breath. Back to the breath.
That right there, Alex, that moment of bringing your mind back when it wanders, that's the rep for your mental muscle. The exercise isn't about keeping your mind perfectly focused. It's about noticing when it drifts and gently, patiently bringing it back. Every time you do that, you strengthen the connections in your brain's attention circuitry. It's like molding clay or building with Legos. The more you shape it, the stronger those connections become. This amazing ability of our brains to change and adapt through repeated experience is called neuroplasticity.
So my brain isn't stuck the way it is? I can actually get better at focusing, even if I feel distracted right now.
Absolutely. Your brain is constantly changing and learning based on your experiences. If you consistently practice bringing your attention back, those pathways get stronger, making it easier over time. It's a foundational mental skill that we often overlook, but it's incredibly powerful.
And this isn't just about adults trying to manage their overflowing inboxes. This kind of attention training and understanding our emotions is especially vital for everyone, starting when we're very young.
You mean for curious young minds?
Exactly. Think about how much information and digital distractions are around today. Young minds are like sponges, soaking it all up, but without the skills to manage their attention, it can actually make it harder for them to learn deeply and connect with others.
That's a little scary to think about. So, how do we help them build this mental muscle?
One incredible approach is called social emotional learning, or SEL. It's about teaching us all how to understand and manage our inner lives, our emotions, and our relationships.
For example, I heard about a program in classrooms where young children practice something called breathing buddies. Each child gets a favorite stuffed animal, lies down, and puts the animal on their belly. Then they watch their buddy go up with each in-breath and down with each out-breath, counting silently.
Oh, like the breathing exercise we just did.
Precisely. They're strengthening their attention muscle, but there's a 2-for-1 benefit here. That same practice also helps calm stormy emotions. It's like turning a turbulent lake into a peaceful pond. When young minds can manage their emotions better, they have more capacity to pay attention.
So calming down and focusing go hand in hand?
Absolutely. Another brilliant tool they use is called the stoplight method. Imagine a traffic light for your feelings.
A traffic light for feelings? How does that work?
When someone feels upset or overwhelmed, they're taught to remember the stoplight. Red light, stop. Calm down and think before you act. This teaches you that you have a choice. You can take a breath, pause. Yellow light, think. Think of different things you could do and what might happen with each choice, like looking at all the possible roads you could take.
That's so smart. It gives you a roadmap for dealing with big feelings instead of just getting swept away.
It really helps build what's called cognitive control, the ability to manage your impulses and direct your own actions. You might have heard of a famous psychology experiment called the marshmallow test.
Oh, I think so. Is that where they give little ones a marshmallow?
Yes, they put a delicious marshmallow in front of them and tell them, you can eat this one now, but if you wait until I come back, you can have 2. Then the experimenter leaves the room. Those who waited for the 2 marshmallows actually did better in school, had better relationships, and were generally more successful in life, even financially.
Wow, so waiting for that second marshmallow was a sign of a really important skill?
It was. It showed their ability to control their impulses and keep their mind on a future goal. This cognitive control turned out to be a better predictor of success than even intelligence scores or how much money their family had. It's like waiting for the seeds you plant to grow into a beautiful garden. It's a powerful testament to the strength of attention and self-management.
So, while the digital world presents challenges to our attention, it also offers new ways to build these vital skills.
How so? It feels like my phone is usually the source of the distraction, not the solution. You're right. Many apps and games are designed to grab and hold our attention for profit. But what if we used that same cleverness for good? There are new kinds of video games, for instance, that are designed by scientists to train attention. One game, called Tenacity, has players tap a screen every time they breathe out and double tap on the 5th out-breath.
So it's making you pay attention to your breathing, but in a fun, game-like way?
Exactly. It gives visual rewards like flowers blooming and gets progressively harder. It's training that attention muscle while keeping young minds engaged. And it's not just games. Think about shows like Sesame Street.
Sesame Street? I loved Sesame Street when I was younger.
It's a remarkably sophisticated show. I heard about one segment called the Cookie Connoisseur Club, starring Cookie Monster. In this club, they learn to study the cookie, sniff it for aroma, and take a tiny nibble to taste it. Cookie Monster, of course, struggles to resist. But the lesson is, if he waits, he gets to try many different kinds of cookies. It's a fun, entertaining way to teach young minds about delaying gratification and cognitive control.
That's brilliant. So instead of being overwhelmed by distractions, we can actually design things to help build focus.
Yes, and speaking of powerful influences, let's talk about something truly fascinating: emotional contagion.
Emotional contagion? Is that like catching a cold but with feelings?
In a way, yes. Our emotions are incredibly contagious. Think about it. If someone in a room starts laughing, doesn't it make you want to smile or even laugh too? Or if someone is really stressed, don't you sometimes start to feel a little stressed yourself?
Totally. It's like moods spread.
They do. And this happens most powerfully when we pay full attention to each other. I heard a wonderful story about a bus driver in New York City on a hot, sticky day. People on the bus were all a bit prickly in their own little bubbles.
Sounds about right for a hot, crowded city.
But this bus driver did something unexpected. He greeted every passenger, chatted with them, gave them friendly recommendations, and wished them a wonderful rest of their day. He was sending out ripples of positive emotion.
And what happened?
He transformed everyone on that bus. People started smiling, chatting, their prickly moods melted away. He was an urban saint, spreading good feelings through a city that really needed it. His steady, positive energy was so contagious that it shifted everyone else's mood.
That's amazing. So if you can stay calm and positive, you can actually help others feel better too.
Exactly. Like the bus driver, or a French monk named Matthieu Ricard, renowned for his inner calm. Scientists found that when he debated a very argumentative professor, the monk's steady calm actually helped the professor relax and enjoy the conversation. Our internal state truly matters, not just for ourselves, but for everyone around us. We are always influencing each other, whether we realize it or not. So, Alex, we've covered a lot today. We've talked about how our attention is under siege in today's world, but also how it's a powerful mental muscle we can train. We explored different modes of attention, from the laser-sharp focus of flow to the creative insights of mind wandering. We learned about the 3 vital lenses of focus: inner, other, and outer, that help us navigate our lives, make decisions, understand people, and see the big picture. And finally, we saw how exercises, social emotional skills, and even our own positive emotions can strengthen our minds and influence the world around us.
Wow, Jamie, that was incredibly insightful. I came in here feeling like my attention was a runaway kite, but now I feel like I have a map and some tools to actually steer it. It's not just about trying harder to focus, but understanding how my brain works and giving it the right kind of practice. I love the idea that bringing your mind back when it wanders is actually the rep that strengthens your focus. That makes it feel much less intimidating. And the marshmallow test, learning that waiting and impulse control can predict so much, that's truly eye-opening. It really shows that these mental skills are far more important than I ever realized.
It truly is about empowering ourselves to take charge of our own minds, isn't it? Our attention isn't just something that happens to us. It's something we can actively cultivate, making us more connected, creative, and calm in a busy world. It's a journey, not a destination, but every little rep counts.
Thanks for shining such a bright light on it all, Jamie. I feel much more equipped to handle my inner flashlight now.
My pleasure, Alex. And to all our curious minds out there, thank you for joining us on this exploration. We hope you feel a little more in charge of your own powerful attention, too.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep strengthening that amazing mind of yours.
Until next time.